Well, the Global Cement and Concrete Association, the GCCA, which represents 40 of the world's biggest producers and about 80% of the industry outside China, have pledged to reach net zero by 2050. And joining me now is their CEO, Thomas Guillot. So welcome to you. And I read an extraordinary fact that if cement was a country, it would be the third largest emitter in the world, behind China and the US. I mean, it has an enormous carbon footprint, doesn't it? So what can be done about it?
No, this is absolutely correct. And this is explained basically by the wide use of concrete. So concrete is a product that is used all over the world, and it's essential because you build infrastructure with this. It's basically the backbone of the society we live in. We have actually, looking into the future, we know that about 75% of the infrastructure that is to be built by 2050 is not yet existing. So it's really important for us to bring a net zero concrete, a net zero material to the world for that purpose.
And how close are we to one?
Listen, the commitment that we have made actually is to go by net zero in 2050, and also we have an intermediate target to reduce by 25% the footprint of concrete by 2030. And this is big. I mean, this is 5 billion tons of CO2 that can be avoided in the next decade. So that's a big development.
But tell us how.
No, we have indeed three essential levels for that. I mean, the first level is about being frugal, efficiencies. So we need to build basically more intelligently. That's what your report was actually saying a little bit earlier. We need to use less material in the construction, less cement into the concrete, and we need to be effective in the way we produce that. The second element is about circularity. And there, circularity can really be at the service of decarbonization. To give also reference to oil and gas, I mean, we say we'll ban oil and gas. In the cement, we are using coal, and we can substitute 100% of the coal. We have plants in Europe that substitute 100% of their energy with the waste sources. So basically, you avoid the CO2 of the waste, and you use the energy to produce the cement. And the last part is also what we call carbon capture on storage or use. And this is about a third of our roadmap. This will come on kick in the later part of the roadmap. And we have basically 10 years to develop that technology, to make it work, and to prove its effectiveness.
Well, yes, and you sound confident that it will be there, but it's not proven as yet, is it?
It is actually. I mean, that's one of the very positive findings of development of this COP. I mean, we have had a lot of discussion on carbon capture. And I think if there is two technologies that really shine in this COP, one is hydrogen, and the second one is carbon capture. We have around the world more than 180 projects, and in our industry, in cement, we have 30 projects that are already announced and are going forward. So our commitment as an industry is to get 10 plants fully net zero by 2030, viable economically and industrially.
Is there any offsetting involved in this?
No, there is no offsetting. I mean, really, we believe that 7% of the CO2 emission in the world, you cannot solve it with offset. That's not the point. It's really about technology and, as I said, efficiency, being more frugal with the material, more frugal with the resource, working with the circularity, that's very fundamental, and the carbon capture then.
What about the product itself? Are there any innovations that can produce a kind of green version of cement?
Absolutely, and this is very important indeed. I mean, we are innovating a lot on the product, and we are coming with new binders, new material that cuts by 30–40%, and sometimes even higher. The issue with this product is that today the norms are not necessarily adapted to this thing, and this is one of the calls we do to the public, to the regulatory bodies, to help us actually accelerate that transition. And we have this public procurement discussion. The procurement is 60% under the ownership of the regulators of the states. So really there we can have something to be done to accelerate the transition and to help us put this product into the market.
Okay, well, fascinating stuff. I'm sure you'll keep us updated. Thomas Guillot, thanks very much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much.